Hey, it's Rosemary here. Yesterday I had some friends around and it was lovely to hang out with them. Not many I let into my inner crazy world, but these are because they get it more than most, okay? They get the push, they get the need to be all that we're created to be. Now that doesn't mean that we agree on everything, no, but it means that I can just be who I am, okay? I can say what I say, we can discuss it, we can think about each other's views without needing to hide who we are. Yeah, that to me is love, okay? And I like those kinds of friends, okay? Maybe you need a friend like that, ultimately, and I can definitely help you out. Now, one thing that the love of my life, my husband, brought up for discussion was about the Matrix, okay? And how people ultimately want to live in this perfect matrixy kind of world. And soon enough, technology may well be able to provide it. You know, that whole world where ultimately you kind of put a headset on and you go out into the world in a bot or something, some kind of robot that acts like you, your most perfect self, and interacts with the world that way. You know that? Did you watch that film, Surrogate? That's how Bruce Willis in that film was, okay? And maybe people do want that. And that as we were talking about it, I started to despair a little bit of humanity, because I know that there is this a desire inside of a lot of people to just self-medicate, to numb out life, to lose themselves in some addiction or the other, whether it's food or sex or money or drink or distraction or fighting or whatever. It's easier to distract ourselves with addictions than it is to live real life. Of course it is. To be in real relationships is harder. Of course it's harder. To work out our kinks and ultimately to become like God, that just feels hard. The working out of who we are and expanding to be like God is scary. It's unknown. Norms don't want it. And so the only way to drown out this compulsion to expand is to distract themselves with meaningless pursuits. Almost like most are just whiling away their time until they die. And so I know virtual reality will find a willing group of a whole lot of buyers, definitely. But for us, the spirit-driven entrepreneurial leader, it will never be enough. We want to walk this hero's journey where we fully discover who we are. We just know that there's so much inside of us. We want it all. And it will demand everything, and it will hurt at times as we let go of familiar, good enough things and lean into the best kind of things. We'll walk far down some path thinking we're on the right path, only to realize that it was just a shadow of the real thing we're supposed to be about. And we'll face choice upon choice to stay on the shadow path or to let go and cross over to the narrow path, the real deal. And we will be scared and wondering if we really do have what it takes. And then we'll open our eyes some more and see the world in which we live, okay? And see that some of those who are awake and living full out are taking the sleepers, the norms, in directions that feel kind of wrong. Their motivation is just power and it's wrong, okay? And then the spirit within us will niggle at us to do something about it, to be his hands and feet in the world, to go into government and change things, make it more about caring for people than maintaining position, to go into the healthcare industry and actually make it about health rather than the study of disease and how to keep people hooked on medication forever instead of actually fixed, to go into education and make it about enhancing natural design rather than just making cookie cutter students that fall in line and go on to their next job on graduation, to go into families and help it be the solid foundation that it can be for society, to go into media, to entertainment, to influence, and to influence what is being delivered to the masses, because media and entertainment really do impact what the masses think, to set up businesses that serve people, that enhance life and are for the good of humanity. And yes, you get the niggle to do more, to be more, and it always comes with a choice. Will you step up and do the work, or will you allow yourself to be distracted? I do believe that the spirit-driven must rise up and be a lot more wise than they're currently being, a lot more bold and a lot more brave. It's not enough to sit around meditating or praying. It's not enough to tell yourself that you don't know how. It's not enough to say that you tried and it just didn't work. It's not enough to say you're waiting for permission from the heavens before you move. It's not enough to get pulled into every single distraction happening around you because you tell yourself that you have to help every single person with their drama. You are called, chosen, and you are here on purpose. Except you feel at the moment you feel disconnected from source because life is taking its toll on you and you got a little distracted by the events of life. I get that, but now it is this time to wake up and lead. Leader. It is time to tap back into your power source and act from that internal wisdom. It's not enough to pretend that you don't know what to do next. Spirit always finds a way to speak to you, and it just may be through this thing you're listening to right now. Will you respond, honey? Or will you retreat into a virtual reality world where you're distracted and pretending to live a meaningful life while waiting for someone else to do what you want to do, basically? You were born for wealth and impact. Nothing is held back from you. Nothing. But if you want it, you have to actually wake up and do what it takes to get it by force, if necessary. And honey, you'll discover that the most force is needed against your desire to stay passively waiting for permission. No one is out there trying to stop you. Not really, honey. Regardless of what the media and entertainment industries would try to feed you, no one is trying to stop you. The question is, are you awake, leader? It's time to fight for and to deliberately design the life you're born to live because you want to. And before I go, if you are feeling stuck and lacking in direction or purpose, if you're feeling trapped in religious thinking that doesn't seem to deliver what you were promised, if you're feeling distinctly unfree, if you're longing for a sense of fulfillment, happiness, purpose, longing for more connection with spirit, feeling burnt out doing work that really doesn't make you come alive at all, or you're just simply burnt out, then it's time for a life upgrade, okay? And what does that look like? To start with, it just looks like you and me getting on the phone having a conversation, okay? So we have a free consultation, a free life upgrade consultation. In the time that we're having that conversation, you will come away feeling considerably clearer about what you're supposed to be about in the world, seeing what your obstacles are and knowing how to handle them. And then I'll give you some next steps as well to move forward towards where you want to go. So if you want that conversation with me, just send me through a private message. Wherever you're listening into this, send me through a private message. My Facebook page is Rosemary Noni Knight. Send me through a private message and I will arrange a conversation with you. Let's do this thing. It is time for you to step up and be the leader that you're born to be. I mean, I know you're already doing stuff, but you know there's more, okay? Let's get you to more, to really fulfill all of your potential, not just a little bit of it. You ready? Until the next time. Bye.